Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are good and fine. This is Kapil Gaur this side, and I hope you all have done your work. Students, as you all know, I taught you about the process of transpiration in my previous lecture. Today, we are here to learn about the process of translocation. Okay, students, today I will teach you how the transportation of food occurs in plants. So let's start our topic for today. Students, transport of food is our first topic. As you all are aware, plants can prepare their food by their own. Plants prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis, and the site of photosynthesis are leaves. We all know that. Students, the food made by leaf in the form of simple sugar, or we can say glucose, and plant store that food in the form of starch. Now student, every part of plant need food, whether it is leaf, whether it is stem or root. All part of plant require food. So the food which made in the leaves of plant has to be transported to all the parts of the plant like branches, stem and roots, etc. Student, the food manufactured by the leaf of a plant is transported to its all over other part through a kind of tube called phloem. As I have already told you, xylem tissue is responsible for the transportation of water and minerals, and phloem tissue is responsible for the transportation of food. The transport of food from the leaves to the other part of the plant is called translocation. Here students, two terms are here. Number one is transpiration, number two is translocation. If transpiration is there, it means the transportation or the upward movement of water from roots to the top of the plant. It means the movement of water. The transportation of water is called transpiration, and the transportation of food is called translocation. I hope you all understand that. Students, the phloem translocates the food or sugar or glucose made in the leaves. The movement of material such as hormones through phloem depends on the action of living cells called sieve tubes. Now here I want to show you the diagram of phloem tissue. Students, as you all know that phloem tissue is made up of four types of cells. What are these cells? Sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. You all have learned this in ninth class. Out of four cells of phloem, three cells are living and one cell is dead. Those three cells which are living are sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem parenchyma, and the dead cell is phloem fiber. Here companion cell and sieve tubes are responsible for the transportation of food. I will explain you the diagram of phloem contains sieve tubes and companion cell. Student, here these are the sieve tubes and these are the sieve plates, and these cells adjacent to the sieve tube are called companion cells. Let me explain you this diagram. Student, like xylem vessels, phloem is also made up of four types of cells. Okay, and these cells joined end to form long tubes. However, the end wall of the cell which form phloem are not completely broken down. The end wall of the cell in phloem forms sieve plates which have small holes in them. You can see the holes in them. These holes in sieve plates allow the food to pass along the phloem tubes. Uh, I am asking about these holes. These holes. Okay, students. These small holes in sieve plates allows the food to pass along the phloem tubes. Okay, students. The cells of phloem are called sieve tubes. Sieve tubes which form phloem are living cells which contain cytoplasm but no nucleus. Okay, students, let me clear you this thing. Sieve tubes yani sieve cells have cytoplasm. They are living cells without nucleus. The sieve tubes do not have lignin in their walls. Each sieve tube has a companion cell next to it. The companion cell has a nucleus and many other cellular organelles. Companion cells supply the sieve tubes with some of their requirements, students. Let me clear you one thing. The food is made in mesophyll cells of a leaf. Leaf have many type of cell such as palisade cell, parenchymatous cell, mesophyll cells, stomata cells, ground tissue, epidermis cells. So out of these cells, mesophyll are the site of photosynthetic. It means we can say that where it is chloroplast is there, they form food. They perform photosynthesis, but mainly in mesophyll cells, photosynthetic cells, we can also say them photosynthetic cell. Okay, the food made by mesophyll cells of a leaf enters into sieve tubes of the phloem. From the leaf, the food enters into the sieve tubes. I am explaining you again. Inside a leaf, in mesophyll cells, food is prepared and then this food is transferred to the sieve tubes of the phloem. Now sieve tubes are interconnected tubes. Okay, they interconnected to all part of the plant. So once the food enters the phloem tubes in the leaves, it is transported to all other parts of the plant by the network of phloem tubes present in all the part of plant like stem and roots. Okay, students. Now the translocation of food or transport of food from leaves to other part of the plant is necessary because every part of plant need food for obtaining energy, for building its parts and maintaining its life. So here it is very remarkable to mention that when food is transported in a plant through a network of phloem tubes, then other substances made by the plant such as hormones are also carried by the phloem tubes from one part of the plant to the other parts. Okay, students. I want to explain you one more thing, that we already have studied the movement of water or dissolved salt or dissolved minerals in xylem by always it is a upward movement from soil to the leaves, and it is caused by the suction of water at the top because of the low pressure created by the transpiration from leaves. I have explained you in my last lesson. Now students, the movement of food in a phloem can be however upward and downward. I mentioned it earlier, depending on the needs of the plant. I have told you na कि phloem can be, the movement of phloem can be, the movement of food in phloem can be upwards and downwards both. Okay students, now we will describe the mechanism of transport of food in a plant. Students, The movement of food in a plant or translocation takes place by utilizing energy. In this process, there is a consumption of energy also. This happens as follows. This happens as follows. I am telling you. The sugar made in leaves is loaded into the sieve tubes of phloem tissue by using energy from ATP. Okay, the sugar made in leaves or the food made in leaves is loaded into the sieve tubes of phloem by using ATP. Now, water enters into sieve tubes containing sugar by the process of osmosis, due to which the pressure in phloem tissues rises. Actually, students, xylem and phloem, both the tissues adjacent, and the vessel cells and the sieve tube cells are very close to each other. Actually, they adjacent to each other. Now, the water from the xylem tissue enters into the phloem tissue, or we can say that the water from the vessels enters into the sieve tubes by the process of osmosis, which creates a high pressure in the phloem tissue. This high pressure produced in the phloem tissue moves the food to all parts of the plant. Okay, students, having less pressure in their tissues. This allows phloem to transport food according to the needs of the plant. For example, in spring, even the sugar stored in roots or stem tissue of a plant would be transported through the phloem to the buds which need energy to grow. This is the end of our topic, that is transported in plants. I am repeating my topic, students, the mechanism of transport of food in a plants. As I have told you, the food prepared in the mesophyll cells get entered into the sieve tubes. Okay, and water also enters into the sieve tubes by the process of osmosis. When water and food, it will create high pressure inside that phloem tissue. Now, this food transport from higher pressure to lower pressure where it need. Okay, students, in this way the transportation of food may be downward and may be upward. Where it needs, it goes there by the process of osmosis. Okay, students, that I have gave you the example. In spring, the sugar or food stored in root or stem of tissue would be transported through phloem to the buds which need energy to grow from down to top. Okay, students, and leaf prepare, we all know food, it transport from top to bottom. So we can conclude that the transportation of food may be upward and downward both. This is our topic for today, students. I hope you all understand, you all understood this. Thank you. And in my next lesson I will start the transportation in animals, and we will start blood. Our topic will be blood. Thank you. Take care.